Hello students, welcome to All Fours e-learning junior intermediate English class. I am very much happy to appear before you once again. Previously I explained you many topics and in the previous class I explained you the first story, The Umbrella Man, and today I am here to explain you the third one, that is the medal. Dear students, please remember, learning is a treasure which accompanies its owner everywhere. Wherever we go, the treasure with us is our knowledge. Therefore, I suggest you that you should enrich your knowledge day by day. That will be with you wherever you are. Not the wealth you have, not the money you have, your knowledge is your source. Remember that. Okay, dear students, let me start the story. Before I start the story, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been afraid of any dreadful incident? Question number 1. Question number 2. Do you believe in supernatural power? And do you believe in ghosts? And have you ever faced any such a dreadful incident and reacted to that one? So here is a wonderful story we have, the medal, which is an interesting one. Just you pay attention. First of all, let's have a glance and let's know something about the author. The title of the story is a short one and the name of the author is a big one. Bibhuti Bhushan Bandyopadhyaya. This gentleman was born in Bengal. When he was a young boy, his father passed away. Therefore, he spent his childhood and youth in a difficult situations. Yet he completed his Bachelor of Arts, that is BA, with distinction. Later became a teacher. So he wrote many novels, stories and travel diaries. And some of his stories are made into movies. One famous director, Satyajit Roy, took this man's story and made a film. What is present in the stories of Mr. Bibhuti Bhushan Bandyopadhyaya? The beauty of nature in villages and the emotions of people in villages, and also the hardships, poverty, dreams and aspirations of rural Bengalis. So this is a story which makes the reader fearful. And of course, this is a wonderful story, and we can find thrilling and chilling in this particular story. The narrator or the speaker of the story is Mr. Suren, a teacher. Whatever that happened, whatever he experienced, that is revealed in this story. Let me start. Let me assume myself as Suren here. Suren is narrating. I means Suren. So I tell you that this incident almost took place 4 years ago. First of all, I thought it was only a dream. But later, I came to know that it was not a dream, but it happened. While I was teaching 4th class students on a particular day, I found Mr. Kamakhya, one of the students here, who was struggling to snatch something from Mr. Sudhir. It was seen by me and asked them what was going on there. Then Kamakhya told, "Sir, there is something with Mr. Sudhir. I just want to see that, but he is not showing." I called both the students. What is present with Mr. Sudhir? A medal. I gave them a long lecture on friendship, first of all. I told the students that friendship is one soul in two bodies. I presumed that the medal was won by Mr. Sudhir in some local games. Later I took the medal from Mr. Sudhir and watched it. What was present in that medal? On one side of the medal there was the imprint of Queen Victoria when she was young. Picture of imprint of Queen Victoria, Queen of England. And on the other side there was an inscription. What was the inscription present? Sergeant S.B. Parkins, Sergeant S.B. Parkins, Dragon Guards, (1854). It was closely intricated. It was closely knitted. It was closely designed. Very beautifully designed. One side the imprint of Queen Victoria and the other side there was an inscription that was Sergeant S.B. Parkins, Dragon Guards, 1854. I asked Mr. Sudhir, from where did you get it? Sir, this medal belonged to my grandfather and it was given to him by one of the Englishmen. Okay, Mr. Suren, that means I asked Mr. Sudhir to give it to me. Mr. Sudhir, could you give it to me? I will return it again on Monday. That is Sunday. Every Saturday, every weekend, Suren goes to his village, native place. So he asked Mr. Sudhir. Sudhir, could you give me? Sir, I definitely give you. So he took that medal from Mr. Sudhir and kept that medal in his pocket. He went to his village by train. The train reached his village by 5:30. The train reached the railway station by 5:30. From the railway station again, he walked for 2 kilometers to reach his village. It was like an hamlet. When he reached his village, it was almost evening. It became dark. There was nobody in his village house. Whenever he went to his village, his neighborhood lady, an old lady, came and cooked food for him. So this time also that lady came and also informed that my childhood friends, I refer to here Suren, my childhood friend Mr. Vrindavan also came to village and he is going to spend a fortnight. That means 15 days. When I came to know that news, I was very much excited and I wanted to meet my childhood friend Mr. Vrindavan immediately, and I also wanted to show this medal to him. Vrindavan's house was across the river and there was a bridge between. When I walked along the bridge, I could find that the river was in floods. I stood there for some time. There was nobody nearby. The bats were flapping here and there. It was dark. Suddenly, there was a compulsion within me, a desire to jump into the river. The swirling and surging means flowing very fast. The swirling and surging water tempted me to jump into the river. I did not know swimming. If I jumped into the river, that would be the end of mine. My legs became heavy and I was not able to move fast. By all means, I left that bridge and I was moving towards Mr. Vrindavan's house. I thought, why it had happened to me? What was the reason for it? I thought, was it because I smoked a number of cigarettes while I was traveling by train? Was it because I had a number of teas? I thought like that and I increased the pace and finally I reached Vrindavan. Vrindavan felt very much excited and he was very much delighted when I met him, because after a long period we could be able to meet each other. As it was very hot, we both went to terrace and there was a room on the terrace. When we entered the room, again the urge, the feeling started. I asked Mr. Vrindavan, could you bring a glass of water for me? He left the room and he went downstairs. Then I came onto the terrace. I was walking on the terrace. The urge again came that made me move towards the parapet wall. There I had a feeling, jump. Okay, I was almost about to jump, then Mr. Vrindavan uttered, "Hey Suren, what are you doing?" I heard that. I turned back and I said, "I don't know anything." Vrindavan told that mother had prepared tea for us. "Come in." We both went into the room and I had a cup of tea. Later, Mr. Vrindavan went downstairs to know whether the dinner was ready. He went. Okay. And again, as it was very hot inside the room, I came out. Again the feeling started. Again the urge started. Come on. So I went towards the parapet wall. Jump. Okay, so that was uncontrollable. I could not control my feeling. Come on, jump. Almost I was about to jump. Then Mr. Vrindavan screamed, "Yes, Suren!" He grabbed my shoulders and dragged me away. "Hey, what are you doing? Almost you were about to jump. If your legs were not getting entangled to the ropes, there were some ropes. Arey, what happened to you? Why are you behaving like this? Mr. Suren, क्या हुआ तुमको? You come inside." I said, "I don't know." So I was taken into the room and Vrindavan made me lay on the bed. And I showed that medal as it was heavy in my pocket. I showed that medal to Mr. Vrindavan. All the family members of Vrindavan saw it while we were taking dinner and they admired the medal. Then I said to them bye and left Vrindavan's house and I was going back to my house. And the urge started, the fear came back again. I went home. Many nights I slept in that village. Many nights I slept in the house of village, in my house of village. But this time I am feeling very strange. What happened? I couldn't understand. I lay down on the bed. I thought that something had happened to me. I thought that I was not well. Okay, I lay down on the bed and the windows were wide open. There was somebody waiting outside. A pair of fiery eyes with some sort of fire that indicates the fury, that indicates the anger. They were looking at me, so I lifted my head and watched like that. And later I lay down again, and there was a stench of some sort of bad smell. It was the smell of a dead rat, or it was the smell of some sort of medicine. Okay, It was the combination of rotten flesh, iodine and some sort of ointment. I felt very disgusted and fearful. I shut my eyes close and I did not open it. I thought that there was some sort of malevolent with the fiery eyes outside waiting for me. By all means, I slept and it was dawn. Means it was morning. The sun rays fall on every part of the house inside. I woke up. I took my ablutions. I performed my bath and took the medal kept in my pocket and I went to Mr. Jita Mushai, one of the village elders. I wanted to show this medal to him. When he saw me, "Hey Suren, after a long time you came here. Come in. How are you?" Like that he might have revealed. And also said, "I had seen you the day before while you were coming from Mr. Vrindavan's house. And you were accompanied by a man. There was a man with you." Mr. Suren was astonished. "A man with me?" With some sort of puzzle he asked. There was nobody. I became old. I could not identify. Of course, Jita Mushai, you became old now. Okay, your eyesight might have declined, decreased. Mr. Jita Mushai seemed not to believe what I said. So that day evening, I wanted to go back to my workplace. I took my luggage and started. Okay. And I was passing through a big garden. Half of the garden was passed by me. Then suddenly I stopped. I turned back. I was startled with some sort of light. There was light. And I could find an appearance. I could find there was a man with a helmet over his head. I was startled, I was shocked, I was surprised, I was threatened almost. My body, my brain became numb. It almost became dead. I could not move. Fortunately, at that time, a man entered that garden with a lantern, with some light he entered. He came to me and spoke to me. "What man? What happened to you? Are you being alarmed? Okay, I will accompany you. I will give you company. Don't worry." So you are worrying about this tree now. This is only a tree which was trimmed. This tree's branches were cut. I watched it very carefully. Then I could come to know that it was only a tree, not a person, not a man with a helmet over his head. It seemed to be like that. It was all its branches were cut and it was trimmed as there was a hat over the head of a man. That man accompanied me up to railway station. I reached my workplace On Monday, I went to school again and I called Mr. Sudhir and handed over that medal. Sudhir told me, "Sir, our Dada wants to meet you." That grandfather who received medal from an Englishman, if he were alive, his age would be 106. And this Dada is different. He wants to see you. And in the evening, along with Mr. Sudhir, I went to Mr. Sudhir's house. That man, when he looked at me, "Oh my goodness, you are safe." I thought that something would have happened to you when I came to know that medal was taken by you. When I was informed by Mr. Sudhir that the medal was taken by you. Because it has a curse on it. Once our brother-in-law, though I told him not to take, forcibly he took the medal. He wanted to show that to his members of family. What happened, on that day, he fell from the terrace and died, and this medal was in his pocket. What? I expressed my surprise. Fall from the terrace with medal in his pocket. The same thing happened in the case of Mr. Suren also. Fortunately, he was rescued by Mr. Vrindavan, his buddy, his friend. So Suren felt, "I am very much safe." Oh, okay. He expressed his gratitude and left that particular place. After a month, so that Dadaji clearly reveals Mr. Suren before he left their house. Other than our family members, if anybody takes the medal, they will be affected. None other than our family can withhold that. Okay, so he left the place. After a month, again Mr. Suren visited his village. And he searched for the way, and he also searched for that tree. To his surprise, he could not find that way, that road, and that tree also. Very thrilling and chilling story. This is the end of the story, my dear students. You read the story. Every sentence is wonderful. You can enjoy the mystery. You can enjoy the essence of the story. And of course, I have already told you that from a story there will be a question. That means 2 questions will be given, and you will have to attempt 3 questions will be given. You will have to attempt 2 out of 5 stories. And there will be a comprehension passage. Okay, dear students, with this let me wind up my lecture. I hope that you have understood it very clearly. I express my heartfelt gratitude. We meet again soon. Thank you very much, students.